327, I'll be honest. I used to play soccer. 3 was my first jersey, 27 was my last jersey. That was it. That's the whole point behind that number. Didn't start using it till some other jerk online stole my name, and that was all she wrote.
A geothermal colony founded that will be useful.
Come on, let's find us some iron up here. Where do we find iron? Down by this player. He's already got the good stuff. We'll check up here. There we go. Is this carbon? Oh, what is... Oh, that's almost like amazing. Hold on. Can we just go expansive up here and be okay? Like grab a little iron, grab... Hopefully we'll get that aluminum. Do we grab more iron for now? This guy's already got good iron. He's got better aluminum though, so... let's go ahead and grab just a little more iron. See if we can make this work. We're a little late to steel, which sucks. But hopefully we can still get enough bought up. There we are. That will be okay. Now we just need to sell iron constantly as it comes in, so we can get to an expansion. And we'll try and just go for something really kind of... Well, frankly, we'll try and be a little bit lazy this game is what it comes down to.
Scientific colony founded.
Come on. Let me expand. How much more do I need? Not much. Just enough, though, that I think I might need to wait for this aluminum shipment before I pull it off. Iron just didn't quite sustain long enough for us to get to the expansion immediately. So we have to wait for this aluminum to come in, which sucks. But then hopefully we'll be able to take some decent spots and be okay. There's a really good geotherm nearby. We can actually push for this geo pretty hard. If we would just want to plan on using it, that's fine. Because it's a pretty good geotherm. Alright, 20,000, 24,000. We'll let it go at this point. It's a good geotherm, but we don't have to have it. We have another good geotherm close to us. I would like 2 of them, but I don't know if we'll be able to make that happen. Especially because we might be a little bit late to them, unfortunately. Like when we upgrade, that's going to give us 4 claims. We really have to put some thought into what to do with those. We might even just scrap this iron once we upgrade to kind of like cheat an extra claim out. That's what it'll come down to. Can't really push to the black market yet, much as I would love to. Oh, it would be so nice, but it's not going to happen. We'll get a quarry down here as soon as we can. Let's go ahead and get those. Oh, man. Make sure we send that claim out so nobody else takes it from us, because that tile's so good. And then we'll toss a claim out here. There we are. Scrap this. Make some steel instead, please. And we'll sit on this. Let's check aluminum around the map just to see if we do need to expand into a little bit more at some point. Okay, there's that. None there. There's not a whole lot. Yeah, there's not a whole lot taken, so we might need to move into a little more at some point. It's worth noting. Alright, let's grab up that. Let's see, can we get to a claim yet? And where does that claim go? Maybe aluminum's the right call this game. Not a lot of people have it, but it is down at $12 for the moment. So maybe if we take it later. Okay, this guy's getting some. Never mind, we're not taking any. We'll just go ahead and secure our geotherm, I think, as soon as we can. Off all this steel production. We could even add to our steel production, actually, if we wanted to. I think I'd rather not, though, for the time being. We can sit on what we've already got. Nobody else has a huge amount. Okay, this guy has a reasonable amount. Yeah, there's a fair amount of steel production on this map, so we won't commit to it too hard. What I would rather do is commit into these geotherms as much as I can. Got to be a little careful because of the mutinies. So the question is, do we take the risk? There's already another geotherm online. So hopefully that'll get targeted instead of ours. And we'll be okay. It's just kind of a hope. But you have to take a risk eventually. One way or another. Like, you have to take a risk. So this is the risk we've decided on. In particular. Water is ridiculously expensive. What did you guys do this game? Now I wish we'd taken a water pump like we usually do instead of going for this dinky little thing. Making us $16 a second. Shoot. Alright, we want an expand fairly quickly here then. Just grab up a little more glass, please. We'll sell out here. There we go. And now we'll just sit on the steel production until we've got the expansion. Another option is to just shut down everything and try and make money on power, but with an exposed geotherm, that's a bit of a huge risk. So I doubt that's the right call. Clark caught Wells trying to trigger a mutiny. Okay. That's unfortunate because it means Clark has a mutiny, which will probably get targeted on us. And we'll have to mutiny back, other such nonsense, or we'll just lose the tile for a while. I wish I could halt construction. I guess I'll just reset construction. Like, if we just reset it, then we're not just going to get mutinied. And we've lost a lot of production time. But it means that he didn't mutiny this one, and instead he went here, right? So it means we didn't lose it, because we wouldn't have had control of it anyway during this valuable time. So we just didn't hand over money to somebody else, is basically all we avoided. But it's fine. It's what we had to do. It sucks, but I feel like it's what we had to do. Grab up another one. I'll leave that one exposed, because we have a mutiny, just in case it gets taken from us, and hope that it all pans out. I'm actually going to see if we can make money on power. Like, look how much we're already making on power, with everything turned off right now. Let's see, that's still technically making money. Is this making money? Nope, we'll turn that off too, because that's purely a power cost right now. This is probably losing money as well. Nah, this is still okay. We'll turn this back on. But yeah, let's just make money on power. We've got 2 geotherms up. We have a mutiny to spare. This almost certainly got mutinied. Or got goon squatted. So now we're just kind of storing these mutinies up for when our power tries to get taken. And we're just going to be making money off this and using it to expand instead of actually making stuff. And I'm comfortable with that. That's fine. Let's check food. We've got 2 farms down. No farms, no farms, no farms. Okay, good. Just 2 farms down, so we can expand into food fairly easily, as long as we have the cash for it. Also, aluminum's on the way up, so we might want to take a little bit more of that. We could also look at water, because water's pretty valuable, but this guy already has a lot of it coming in, so it might not be necessary to do. We're not going to re-goon. We're going to go ahead and grab an extra claim. We'll push for the expansion here, leaving our stuff exposed in the hope that it doesn't get dynamited and it just gets mutinied. 3 farms. We'll grab a water pump just to make sure we've got it secured for the future. What else was I going to do? I was looking at one more tile elsewhere, I thought. I was like, hey, I should take that tile. And then it's not happening right now. Is this guy seriously going to... Okay, no. We could grab this. The silicon's pretty good, as long as he's not going right there. He did. That's unfortunate. Well, we can grab this as well. Whoa! Okay, that was just the block we knew was coming. That's okay. Maybe we'll just grab both these waters. The water's doing fine. This guy's in 3 farms as well at the moment. So he'll actually be consuming a fair amount of water. Maybe this is okay. Ooh, he might have another glass furnace going over, though. I really don't want him to have that trio right next to my area. I'd rather have that silicon coming in for myself. This is a bit more of a long-term play, but with any luck, it'll work out. And power's doing well. Can't doubt that. Power's doing very well. As long as we're making money off of it, well, it's fine. Do we go for the 24,000 claim? Somehow I don't think so. I don't think that's necessary. Let's see. We could toss a mutiny out at this, because we've got a spare one, so even if it rebounds on us, we'll be able to just take the tile right back. So we'll let him have it, just in case he had it defended. That goes ahead and clears it. He might throw it back at us, but that's okay, because we can defend ourselves immediately. There it is. There that is. That's all just fine. We'll grab up a new claim, because we have a lot of money sitting around right now, mostly because of power being so ridiculous. We'll use that claim on water, which is still doing quite well. Let's see. Do we upgrade? How are Offworlds this game is the question. 500 on food, that's really strong. That's pretty strong. It's not great. Yeah, Offworlds are usable, but not necessary maybe. So maybe we just do it slowly instead of pushing it super far. We just upgrade a little bit right now. And grab a patent lab. We can get superconductor with that, which is going to be strong. We can maybe get a little more water income. I'm not too sure if we need to. Water's pretty strong, but it won't stay that way forever. Clark's just buying up a bunch of his own stock. That's okay. Silicon's still doing well. How is glass looking? Anybody really making glass? I mean, you've got some glass down. This other scientist has some glass down, which is good, but not absolutely necessary for him. Let's see. 21, 24. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Let's go ahead and grab another mutiny up, I think. We'll go ahead and throw down one more farm, because they're doing reasonably well. There's a mutiny. I could have got it in a goon squad as well to defend, but goons are already so expensive. I don't know if it would have been worthwhile. Okay. Let's go for the early... Nah, let's not do the early superconductor. The superconductor can come later, hopefully. Let's go for thinking machines. Bradbury also has a patent lab down. That's almost certainly defended. Our steel can come back online. Should have come back online a while ago. Let's go into a lot of steel. And that means I have one claim left, so we'll use that for an engineering lab, I think. Just put it right there. Silicon shortage is very nice for us. That's very helpful. I did want to mutiny some glass here. That never really happened. Oh well. It's going to be a little late now that I've let 2 of them send. I'm not going to get the great amount of money off of that, but it'll be okay. We made a fair amount off that shortage, and long term it'll still be very strong. We missed steel, just from a stupid mistake of leaving our steel offline, right? But hopefully we'll be alright anyways.
Scientific colony
Everybody else is hitting HQ level 5. Hopefully that's okay. We're kind of trying to push it a little more slowly this game. We did get frozen. Oh, come on. 2 of them? 2 of them? Really? Fine. Grab a little more ourselves just to make it more expensive to throw at us. I was really hoping 2 of them wouldn't come down. Like 1 would have been okay. 2 is painful. I mean, it's not. I guess it's not doing too much. Like, it's 40, 40, 40, 40, 60, right? And the 60 is not even good. I think it was actually turned off for a while. That's okay. We can let it go for 18. That's whatever. But I would like to get this engineering lab working. I would like to get the patent lab working. Oh, and I'm mutinied here. Oh, fine. Give it back, jerk. And let's upgrade... Let's see. Water is staying high. Like, a lot of people avoiding it, apparently. Or maybe just a lot of people consuming a whole lot of it. Whoa, Asimov is actually halfway to buying us? Shoot, that's terrifying. Well, aluminum is staying super high. We don't want to upgrade aluminum production. That would be dumb. Let's upgrade chem production. Asimov, you're sitting on a lot of cash. Let's see if you start committing it anywhere. How much would it take us? 178. We're at 100. I mean, it's doable, actually. In a strange way, it's kind of doable. Probably safer to just upgrade, though. Certainly safer to upgrade, I should say. Certainly safer to upgrade. Okay, he just bought up a bunch of himself. Clark went after him as well. That's all fine. That's all well and good. Tell you what, we'll let that happen. We'll buy into Clark a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a couple. Just poke at him. Just a bit. We'll upgrade. And we'll get these chem labs down. I was really hoping Asimov wouldn't actually go after us, but apparently he is. Let's turn that iron production back on, please. And this might need to turn into an iron tile. This definitely needs to turn into an iron tile. And we might have too much steel down. The chems hopefully will do fine. We'll upgrade the production a bit more if we can. I was hoping people would try and move off-world before too long to make this steel good. But I think what happened was electronics stayed kind of expensive. We're actually going to scrap out of the farms here and move into electronics ourselves. Just try and make sure we're making these late-game resources. We have a fair amount of carbon coming in. Not as much as we might like, but a fair amount. We were frozen immediately as our chems came online, which is super painful. I was hoping to get a goon squad down. I kind of ended up committing resources to defending myself a bit instead of... Or to defending myself in terms of stock rather than to defending my tiles was the issue. And so I didn't have the cash for it immediately, and I just kind of let it slip through my fingers, which I shouldn't have done. Iron is coming in, but not great iron. Patent Lab's still frozen, which hurts quite a bit. Chems are on their way down, so somebody else is probably, yeah. Other people are making chems. We'll switch focus to the electronics production for the time being. Thinking machines should finish up shortly if we didn't get it already. We didn't. Bradbury has carbon scrubbing. Asimov really wants to purchase us, apparently. So we're going to need to defend ourselves from that. Don't really care. We'll let that go. Once this comes back online, power should fix itself, so I won't worry about that too much. Electronics production is going strong, which is good. Oh, there's actually a shortage. Well, we'll actually buy into that a bit this time. No scavengers on the map, so hopefully nobody got into it super, super early to punish us crazy hard, and thankfully that means our production is going to be pretty solid. Let's go ahead and sell out of it, defend ourselves. Now this guy has all kinds of electronics production. So we do not want him running away with the game based off of that and how good it is because he's ignoring the carbon price on it. So we'll shut it down a bit. We have one tile left. I was kind of wanting to save it for an Offworld, but I think we'll just turn something else we already have into an Offworld. My buttons are broken again. And we'll just keep kind of defending ourselves, upgrading electronics, using this patent lab, picking up thinking machines. Slant drilling would be pretty cool as well, actually. So we'll head into that. And let's see, we're pretty well established. We need to finish buying up our own stock and then figure out what to do about actually winning the game if we can pull it off this time. An Offworld would still be kind of nice. This player already has one down, and he's got a goon squad on it. So that's an important detail. We're probably not going to goon squad if we manage to push to an Offworld, which I think we need to go ahead and do immediately, as fast as we can pull it off. We could even actually sell out of Clark a bit to make it happen if we want. So I think I'm going to do that. This can go away and go ahead and turn it into an Offworld market. We're also going to grab up some dynamite, which I'll actually just go ahead and throw at this maybe the second it spawns. Might not be the best response. This electronics production, though, this is kind of where it's at. I almost want to goon squad it. Okay, Bradbury's buying into us. That's actually more or less acceptable, because it means Asimov didn't. And Bradbury is going to be scary in the future, but Niven already controls a huge chunk of him, so he kind of has other problems right now. Let's see. Steel production's okay. 2 Offworlds would be kind of nice. Superconductor would also be kind of nice. Maybe I'll wait until this patent lab is done and then put the Offworld there. These chems are probably just burning cash. I totally missed out on chems. I just got shut down for the duration. Wow, keyboard, you are actually super broken. Okay. Shift click. There we go. That'll help. Maybe just move into all this steel. I could just commit even harder to electronics for the time being, but I think I'd rather commit to steel. It seems a bit safer because it's so easy to move into. And this guy already has all this ridiculous amount of electronics production that I don't necessarily want to have to fight the whole time. Mine is strong too, don't get me wrong, and maybe it is worthwhile just because I have beefed up electronics production so much that maybe I'm wrong to think that way about steel, and it would be better to just go ahead and commit into these electronics factories that are making a ridiculous amount of electronics. I've got steel up over here. I can even transfer this back into a steel mill. We need to make sure this is sending food. Please. Food's going to stay expensive. Got to keep... I said send food. Shoot. What happened to you? There, go. Queue up another one. Way too much silicon coming in. I was kind of relying on this for the carbon tiles. That's also why I went for slant drilling, honestly. Okay, Niven got the purchase. That's not a big surprise. That does mean, unfortunately, we should have already hit this with black market. We'll go ahead and sell out of our electronics now. Who do I want to buy first? Clark would be a nice target to buy. It doesn't give Asimov that much money. So we're going to attempt to buy Clark, which means let's blow up one of his Offworlds to keep him down a bit. We sold electronics. That brought the price way down, but it's still pretty good. Unfortunately, our Offworld gets blown up. Let's grab another dynamite. We could throw it at the guaranteed protected Offworld. I don't think that's necessarily a good idea, though. Instead, let's upgrade food production. And maybe get ready to, instead of shifting all these into electronics, they probably should have gone into food. Because I know food's going to be expensive. Carbon, very expensive as well. That's part of what's keeping the electronics down, is carbon. Thankfully, the scientific player doesn't get to ignore that carbon cost, I think, because our green opponent, Bradbury, a.k.a. Zandroff. Let's blow that up. There we go. Asimov is halfway to buying us. How much is Niven toward buying us? Not as much. Maybe I do have to go after Asimov first. 594. I haven't been paying enough attention to what they've been up to combined this whole time. He might be making so much money off this Offworld that I won't be able to quite keep up. I'm hoping I can, but I'm honestly not sure. It's going up a lot faster than I would like for it to, and we might have to go after him and then Clark, which isn't comfortable, but it's doable. Okay, food production keeps getting upgraded, which is good. Maybe I should have gone harder into steel. Maybe I just didn't go hard enough into steel this whole time. Let's see. His farms are pretty darn good. My farms are also pretty darn good. This patent lab, I'm basically done with, but I don't have the cash to actually build an Offworld at this point. He's seriously 80% of the way to buying us. What are we to him? Nowhere near that. Oh man, that's a big problem. He has way more money than I thought he would. Especially because he's only sending off that one off-world. Whereas Clark had 2. I thought Clark would be a bigger problem. I don't have the time, I don't think, to burn through this off-world. Electronics are kind of tanking, so let's get out of those. They're basically just burning money at this point. Please work. Go ahead and move into glass. Hope that's okay. That allows our carbon production to do a bit better. Man, we're really just close to dying here to Asimov, though, aren't we? Let's go ahead and pay down debt. I think we have to, as much as that sucks. And what else can we do to him? We can potentially hit his steel, which is pretty strong. Hopefully that's worthwhile. Causes enough problems. We have enough food queued up. We don't need to worry about that too much. I was hoping food would be getting bought in greater quantities right now. But, oh, I never got this iron mine down. Or the steel mill, whichever one I wanted it to be. That tile's been useless the whole time, which is terrible. What do we do? We could upgrade carbon production. We don't have a lot of carbon production, but the production itself is solid. Can we afford to upgrade anything? We need about 100... No, we need like so much more money. I don't think we have a shot. This guy's just been sitting on so much cash for so long. I didn't start saving up till he was already halfway done with us. So that's a bit of a problem. There is a carbon short, which I'm actually going to go ahead and like go all in on, basically. With no scavengers this game, hopefully not a lot of people collecting carbon because carbon stayed pretty high. I'm just going all in on this play. This is all I have. Like, I don't have anything else to do this game. Well, I'm sorry about that, Asimov, but there's not much I can do about it. 561 is what we're at. We need to push to 626. I doubt we can actually do it because we would need another off-world shipment. His next launch probably kills us. We even just got mutinied, which is awful. And it was Clark who did it. It wasn't even Asimov, so that's a nice boost to him because of that happening. Oh, that sucks. Ah, fine. This is probably just going to kill me, but it was the only way to stay alive for even another moment because we hit the 100%. Now I guess I have another off-world to send with. I doubt it's going to even come close to saving my life, because it cost me all my money. But Asimov went after somebody else. Okay, we're still alive. Time to actually commit into significantly more off-world markets, like all of them that we can put down. Okay, where is Gypsy Prince, and what do you have? You were a scientific player. Thankfully, we didn't actually get killed. We need more claims if we do it that way. Let's just scrap this out. We don't need it. Let's make sure these are committed to even more food production. Upgrade carbon production as well. We got hit by a mutiny on an off-world market. Again, thankfully those don't last all that long. Our food production is good. Okay. And then it got frozen, so that's totally fine. Not even going to worry about it. Our food production is solid. We could move back into electronics. The iron production is good as well. What else can we do? Let's grab up some dynamite. Let's go ahead and throw it at Niven here. This is all good. What else do we have from Hugh? Okay, you have a lot of food down. That's actually fantastic because we've upgraded food significantly. This is all a little bit awkward here. I don't really know how to make good use of it. But the steel is fine. It's usable. We have our own iron. Okay, off-worlds are launching like constantly at this point, hopefully. We do have several of them going up with any luck. Let's see, we've got one mutiny away from us right now, which is working, but not for very long. So we're not going to bother replying to it. We're just going to be trying to make a whole lot of money, mostly on, frankly, these carbon tiles we have. A little bit in this glass, which actually, even though there's a glass shortage going on, I think we have so much glass saved up, I need to go ahead and move out of it and back into electronics, because carbon should be on the way down, with any luck. Oh, wow. And glass, people just even sold out of that short. Like, they were also saving up a huge amount. We could move into reactors as well, but I think electronics are the better play for the moment. Okay, the steel is not doing so hot. Let's shut that down. Let's go ahead and beef up our iron production. Weird as that might be to do. Carbon production's going up. Okay, that's all good. Keep the off-worlds launching. Make sure I've got, like, a lot of this queued up since I have too much food right now. I actually have way too much food right now. Maybe I should just turn all these into reactors. They can't be scientific reactors. No, I should leave those as farms. I should change all these into reactors. That's what I should... Oh, come on, keyboard. Stop doing this to me. I hate that my keyboard's so broken today. Okay, reactors. Because fuel's going way too nuts. I don't know why fuel's going so nuts, but it is. Keep the off-world launches running. Black market is still definitely a viable option. Asimov, you're closer to killing me. Where's the rest of your stuff? Where's Omar? Little. That's who you bought. Okay. Blow that up, please. Let's turn steel back on. Carbon's still running. What do I need? I need about 1 million to kill you. Wow, you're just so far ahead of me. It's mostly because they already had my stock, right? That's what it's coming down to, is the fact that they had my stock for so long that I don't think I really was ever in it. Why do I only have 2 off-world shipping? What happened? Didn't I put down so many more? I've got this one working. I've got this one working. Okay, I've got 4 working now. Where's my last off? No, I only put down 4. I can only put down 4. That's all fine. Okay. Let's cancel a few of these just because. Just to see exactly that I have way too much food right now. Yeah, upgrade carbon again. Sure, why not? Chems are also really solid. I've upgraded them significantly. It might be nice to move into them, but I don't know if I have the tiles. Asimov is just so close to killing us. I don't think we can quite hold on. Which really sucks. Okay. Yeah, we're still nowhere close to killing him. It would come, like, we would have to have all 4 of our off-worlds launch, basically, and none of his launch in the intervening time, and then we might be able to pull it off, but I don't think it's going to happen. It's all just going to come down to those stock buys. I thought I had more stock in him for some reason. I don't know what happened to that. If we sell it all, I can't control shift down. Shoot, come on. 106 is what we're at. So, off-worlds. And then we have to kill Niven after this, which is terrifying.
Look at all the money.
Goodbye.
Look at all the money.
Whew. And if Yuzzo was having lag, which he did comment on, that's unfortunate. I guess that is just kind of a host advantage thing.
Look at all the money. Look at all the money.
Whew. We're not out of the woods yet by any measure, by the way. I just want to point that out, like, because this guy has 4 off-worlds running, he already was halfway to buying us before we made that purchase, and we just completely reset the clock. Yeah, I'm not doing anything over here to cause lag, so I don't know what the deal would be there. And if the stream's okay, then it's not me. But if the stream's not okay, then I apologize for causing whatever issue that was.
Offworld shipment launched. Look at all the money.
I'm actually really, really surprised that Yuzzo went ahead and bought out somebody else instead of us at one point, though.
Look at all the money. Offworld shipment launched.
I wasn't ready for that one.
Look at all the money.
Make sure all these keep launching. We do have 7 of them, theoretically. 2 of them are rebuilding, so we'll just queue up like 12.
Look at all the money. Look at all the money.
That should be good for the rest of the game, hopefully. Come on, there we go. And now we sit back, because there's not much left to do. We've got a lot of solid production up. We've got it upgraded. Our buildings are all working. And we just wait to try and finish it up. And obviously our farms, we're making 23 food a second. That's probably the big deal right now, is the fact that, like, at this moment, between myself and Niven, he's not making food. He's just now starting to try and make food, whereas I have 23 food a second off these tiles right now. And then whatever other food tiles I have down here. So that's going to go ahead and do it. I can't control shift down. It's not letting me. Come on. There we are. Yeah, it was a good idea to just constantly control shift down, and if everything wasn't broken for me today, that's what I probably would have done. But each time I had to control shift down, I had to tab out, specifically so I could put in that command and then tab back in. Yeah, it's unfortunate for Yuzzo that he was lagging. He might have taken it without it. Almost certainly actually would have taken it because it was so darn close, but That's just the reality of online gaming across continents, unfortunately. What's wrong is there was a cat plus coffee incident, Aja. And so I need to fix that up tonight, but I needed to get through the stream before I fixed it up, so that's what I'm going to go do once I'm done doing stuff online today. Let's see what Yuzzo did. Like, we made a lot on World. A ridiculous amount of it was this carbon plus this electronics, right? This was pretty huge for us. Food also was excellent, which we kind of expected, with Offworlds also launching food. I think it stayed okay to launch food because of when we shipped. I guess we probably could have launched something else toward the end, and it would have been a bit better if we wanted to think a little bit more, but this was fine. Yes, a cat plus coffee incident. I think we can let the imaginations go from there. Let's see what Yuzzo was up to, because he was definitely a competitor that game. It looks like he might have been having trouble keeping his Offworlds consistently launching, probably a lag issue, because we had significant... Maybe not. He got in 12 shipments. We had twice as many, but obviously we lasted a bit longer in that game, so that also was going to contribute to that. Let's see. He did a good job of selling in a bunch of different resources fairly consistently. He doesn't have the spikes that we do in particular resources. Oh, chat, you're silly. But yeah, he did a good job of just distributing throughout everything. He obviously hit chems at the right time, whereas we really didn't. Like, we only sold 102,000 in chems, and we committed pretty hard to the chem play. But they just tanked so fast after we were done being frozen that there wasn't a whole lot to do with them. So it's really interesting to see that we had like 3 specific spikes in resources that were our huge sources, and then he had just everything across the board. That was odd. And then Gameslayer is the other one who lasted quite a long time there. He got some early stock purchases into Bradbury. Is what it looked like. And he got like most of himself purchased up, most of Bradbury purchased up, and then finished him off. So it looks like he made less money this game on World, but he did a good job of where he put it at the right time in order to stay in the game, so that was good to see. You can kind of see that what happened toward the late game was, in particular, he was buying up food to send it off World, which beefed up my exceptionally strong food production. So suddenly, any excess food that I wasn't sending off World, I could sell for $200 instead of $20. Huge difference. That makes sense, Gameslayer. That's why I want to play Scientific so much, is because the black market can't hurt you near so bad. The Gameslayer also did a fantastic job with his glass furnaces, obviously made a lot off chems. Fairly well done all across the board. Let's see. Let's check tech that game, actually, because I think you can see for me that I was very specific about where I was committing my tech, and that's where I made my money, right? Food, carbon, and electronics. I pushed those very hard. That's why I made a lot of money there. I want to see what Yuzzo did with his tech. Yeah, there's a lot more variety going on there. Just at most 50% production on anything, which I think helps explain why he was making money more all over the place, rather than our very focused income. And then Gameslayer, he had 10, once again, kind of everywhere. Not really pressing super, super hard into any particular resource the way we did. The carbon was probably the best thing for us to upgrade, especially once we had slant drilling here. Because, yeah, it was only 6 carbon a second, but when carbon's $100, making 6 of it a second is still pretty darn good. And let's see, what else did we have? We had Black Market. We made 14 purchases, not bad. Gypsy Prince did 7, Omar 8, Zandor 5. Those were the guys who got knocked out earlier. So let's see what Yuzzo did. He had 9, pretty much across the board as well, so he did a good job on that. And then Gameslayer had 7. So apparently, we were the black market problem that game, especially with all our dynamite at the end. Yeah, I know, Yuzzo, and that was fine. I wasn't questioning your 50%. It was just interesting to see. I think you had the most tech. We can check everybody else's tech, actually. Just to see. Gypsy Prince had 4. Omar had 9. Zandorf had none. So yeah, we had the most tech by far with 16. But, I don't know. It was interesting. It was interesting. Let's check. What else do we want to check? Anything else we want to look at in here? I mean, shortage of surpluses. A lot of people just avoid the hack array for the most part. I probably should have planted one and just gone nuts on carbon hacks, and that would have been a nice boost at that stage of the game, which I could have used. So that was probably a mistake on my part, not using the hack array. I don't think anybody else made use of it, though, either. Oh, no. We had Gameslayer was in the hacker array. He was messing with stuff. He shorted steel a couple times. He surplused carbon. That was a good call on his part. And 2 glass shorts. That helps explain why he was doing so well with his glass, was these glass shorts. So that was a good job on his part. I didn't even notice it happening at the time. And then more power shorts from Zandorf. Pretty risky, shorting power. Kind of awkward. Not really something I recommend most of the time. And that should just about wrap it up. We can check out this insane resources graph if we want to. What is this carbon spike that I generated? You can barely see it. I don't know if you guys can see it. But there's a carbon spike right here above 500 that I just used this natural carbon short, and I don't even know how much money I made off of this. But that was pretty important and pretty unfortunate for Yuzzo that came through.